I'm Pete Davis. Welcome to Southland Log Homes. During the course of this video presentation, we here at Southland hope to assist or answer any questions or problems that might arise during the construction of your Southland log home. Now that you've purchased your log home, relax. Remember, Daniel Boone didn't build a log cabin because it was difficult. He built it because it was easy, and he and his neighbors could do it for themselves. The entire purpose of your construction manual, blueprints, and this video presentation is to assist you properly construct the log package portion of your new Southland log home. This video contains 20 basic steps on how to erect your Southland log home. We recommend that you review the entire presentation prior to construction startup. With that in mind, let's get started. Southland log packages are delivered by tractor trailers that are about 60 feet in length. When your log package arrives, you will need a minimum 6,000-pound capacity forklift on site. Once your package is unloaded, it is very important that you check and inspect all materials. All claims, discrepancies, and shortages must be noted on the shipping list. Now you are ready to begin construction. Before we lay out our base course, it is very important to check your subfloor to make sure the subfloor is square. The simplest way to check for square is by measuring diagonally across your subfloor. The measurement will be the same if your subfloor is square. Knowing that your subfloor is square, you can now lay out logs for the base course. Measure 2 inches from the outside edge of your subfloor and make a mark on the subfloor. Snap a chalk line across your 2-inch marks. This line is the center mark for your log wall. Once the base course is laid out and adjusted for square and overhang, pull and snap a chalk line marking the exact location of the base course. Slide the base course back on the subfloor and apply caulk where subfloor and base course meet. Once caulk is applied, place your base logs back into the proper position. The base course is one of the most important things you'll do while building your Southland log home. Take your time at this point. This is a good place to stop and recheck all your procedures. Check for overhang and square. Check the locations of door openings and fireplace. The overhang of your base log is important in order to allow the siding to cover your box sill and to line up with your log walls. And we simply can't overstate the importance of keeping your walls straight as you go. Use a 3 or a 4 foot level and check your logs consistently, making sure that the walls are straight and level. Check subfloor for square. Lay out base course. Snap chalk line. Apply sealant. Install the base course. Check for square and straightness. Then toenail the logs together. With the base logs sealed and in the correct place, install ollie logs, countersinking the heads slightly below the log surface. Correct placement specifies 2 ollie logs at each butt joint and corner. Additionally, ollie logs are positioned every 36 inches and staggered on each side of the log groove. After all ollie logs have been installed, using a 1-inch wood bit, drill dowel holes approximately 6 inches deep at each log joint. Clean away sawdust and install dowel pins in each hole. This process seals joints and prevents draft. After completion of all ollie logs and dowel pins, install foam tape gasket down center groove on top of logs. After your first course is complete, and until you reach your first window level, with the exception of resealing the base course, you simply repeat all of the preceding steps. The ideal time to install your window and door bucks is when you reach your first window level. Southland furnishes the lumber for your window and door bucks. To find the center of your door openings and windows, simply refer to your log assembly overlays. Log placement, stacking elevations, and assembly overlays are furnished at delivery. These overlays show you every log in your package and its location in the wall. The bundle sheets show you which bundle the logs are in for assisting in locating logs during the erection. Install the door bucks to the base logs and all subsequent courses as they are installed. To assure level and square, install temporary supports to brace bucks. Window bucks are installed after the first window course is completed. Logs of the same size and designation between window and door bucks may be simultaneously installed to the top of the bucks for quicker installation. If you're building a two-story log home, the log girders, which support your second floor beam system, will begin in the 16th course. Southland's girder course is made up of 2 log courses to assure a strong beam system. After the 16th course wall logs are in place, the 16th course girder beams can be eased into their pre-cut notches and then rested on their support post. Check all dimensions and level before securing your beams. These 6x8 beams are factory cut at 96 inches. This additional length allows you to cut accordingly in the field for a perfect fit. Any log beam joints should fall directly over the center line of your girders. Once in place, use 2 ollie logs at each end of your log beam, securely fastening one end to the girders and the other to your side wall. When installing the second floor beam system, simply refer to the instructions contained in your log assembly overlays. The 17th course includes the porch lintel logs that should be temporarily braced until you're ready to finish your porch. Mark the exact midpoint of your building with pencil or chalk line on the top of the last course on each gable end. Position the first course of gable end logs according to the center line mark. Then follow the same gasket, dowel pin, and ollie log installation procedures that were used for your log walls. Be sure all log joints are toe-nailed and tight before installing ollie logs. After the gable ends are completed and braced, install the ridge board. Remember to extend your ridge board 24 inches beyond the gable ends to allow for gable overhang. Next, install rafters next to the gable walls. These rafters provide a cutting guide for log end trimming. Remember, check and recheck all height dimensions. This is not the time to rush forward and make a mistake. And then, with a freshly sharpened chainsaw, and I stress freshly sharpened, carefully cut gable end logs to match the roof pitch of your building. After cutting gable ends, toe-nail the log ends to ensure a tight and lasting finish. Your final set of plans will include an electrical layout. All Southland log homes have flat-faced base logs to facilitate electrical installation. Wiring for two-story homes should be run through interior partition walls and installed as on the first floor. When installing switch boxes inside your front and back doors, saw a kerf groove into the face of the exposed log and run wiring up to the required height inside the door jambs. Drill a hole to where the box will be placed and chisel a hole sufficient in size for placement of switch box. Outside door lighting will require drilling from interior switch box to exterior box. Interior partitions are wired the same as a conventional house. Prior to installation, be sure that your window and door units are closed, securely locked, and right side up. Saw a kerf groove above the window opening to accept the drip cap flashing, which will be installed later. Saw the kerf groove on each side of the window opening to receive the window trim. Then staple or tack down a continuous layer of number 15 felt flashing along window bucks and sill before installing window units. Bend felt at a 90-degree angle so that a section of the felt will be covered by wood trim. Carefully hand position window into opening from exterior. Shim between window frame and buck as necessary to make plumb and level. Make sure the window is shimmed where the top sash and bottom sash meet. Then carefully drive finishing nails through the face of the window into the window butt. Be careful not to damage the trim face with your hammer, and countersink all nail heads. At this point, you want to completely remove all sawdust and wood chips from your openings. Your windows should be level, plumb, and nailed firmly in place. You should now seal all the areas between the logs, the butts, and window frames with either loose fiberglass or a foam sealant. Use insulation, thoroughly filling any pockets around windows before adding finished trim. Insert the metal drip cap over the window and apply a continuous bead of caulk around all exterior window trim and along the top of the drip cap. The installation of pre-hung exterior door units is very similar to the window installation. Sawing a kerf groove in the 16th course for your drip cap, shimming for level and plumb, caulking and insulation, countersinking all nail heads are all done as was the window installation. The only difference is that your felt flashing will be installed at the door head and sill. Of course, you want to make sure that your door jamb is flush with the interior wall. The last thing we'll discuss in this presentation is completely making your home airtight with the sealing of your log with caulking. The log surface should be free of dirt, dust, mold, mildew, and oil. For best results, apply caulk before using wood stains, sealers, and oil treatment on logs. When caulking, run a continuous 1/4 inch wide bead of caulking between all horizontal log joints and around the corners throughout the building. Smooth and blend the new caulk to match the surrounding areas. Take care to ensure a good and complete seal between all logs. We here at Southland Log Homes hope this presentation has been of value to you. For the remainder of the conventional construction of your log home, check out your local library. There's a wealth of information that awaits you there and a lot of helpful hints. Now that you've seen this video presentation, sit down with your construction manual. The construction manual and this video presentation were designed to complement one another. I'm sure that when you finish your log home, you'll discover what Daniel Boone knew a long time ago. Log homes are easy to construct and delightful to live in. Southland Log Homes offers a variety of popular log styles. Our two most popular styles are stockade and dovetail. The first portion of this presentation contained construction procedures for Southland's stockade homes. The stockade and the dovetail are very close in construction, with the primary differences being startup and the second floor beam system installation procedures. As with any home, your foundation and subfloor should be completely square and level. Once accomplished, you can now begin laying out the dovetail base course. Begin by checking your log stacking overlays. The dovetail base course is made up of half logs on two sides and full logs on two sides. Typically, the half log course will be located on the ends of the house. All base course half logs must overhang the foundation 1/4 inch. This provides a perfect fit for the sill board covering. Install the half logs first. With the half logs in temporary place, install the first course of full logs on the remaining walls. All full logs must overhang the foundation 1 inch.
This base log here is a half base. And then these other bases, which are wider, fit in right over there. Like so. So you got two different widths.
Once the entire base course is laid out, checked for straightness and proper overhangs, slide the base course away from the edge of the subfloor and apply a continuous bead of caulking material approximately 1 inch from the outside edge of the subfloor. Lay base logs back into their proper position and recheck for straightness and overhang. You are now ready to permanently attach the base course to the subfloor. As with our stockade homes, this will be accomplished by using ollie logs.
Start with the half logs and install 8-inch ollie logs, 2 at each butt joint and 2 at each corner. Then approximately every 3 feet down the length of the logs. Make sure all ollie log heads are below the top of the log surface. Then install the first course of full logs in the identical way using 14-inch ollie logs.
After all logs are firmly attached to the subfloor, and as with stockade homes, holes are drilled and dowel pins installed at all butt joints, apply the foam tape gaskets on top of both tongues down each side of the log. A special urethane caulk is provided for use in sealing the dovetail corners. Please refer to your construction overlays for the details of where to apply this caulk.
Difference in the construction of Southland's stockade and dovetail homes is the second floor beam system installation.
After the log walls are in place, the girder beams can be lifted into location and rested on support post. Any log course joints or breaks should fall directly over the center line of your 6x8 support post. Temporarily secure the girders and post in place using 16-penny finish nails.
Check your overlays carefully. After the girder system is completed, you can then install your second floor beam system flush with the top of the 9th course by notching into the log wall or by using the optional black iron beam hangers. If you choose the beam hangers, they should be installed using 4-inch lag bolts. You can paint the bolt heads black after installation to create a clean and neat appearance.
Begin installing beams into hangers or notches from one end of the house. Set the other end of the beam on top of the girder. Once complete, check for square and level, then attach beams to the girders with
14-inch ollie logs.
For window installation, gable ends, and the remainder of your construction, follow the directions for the stockade homes shown earlier on this videotape. Remember, you have construction details and a construction manual. However, if you need additional assistance, feel free to call our product manager anytime on our toll-free customer assistance line.